This week's AEW Dynamite featured many notable matches, including Adam Cole going to war with Jay Lethal in the latter's second ever bout on the flagship show. Apart from that, Bryan Danielson and John Moxley hope to continue their winning ways, while Jericho Appreciation Society made their ring debut. CM Punk also had his much anticipated return match against Dax Hardwood, while MJF addressed Wardlow. Moving on then to CM Punk vs Dax Hardwood to kick off the show. Punk and Hardwood started things off with some old school grappling. Both performers displayed their strong technical game. After some back and forth, the FTR member gained control of the match as he methodically wore down his opponent. The audience rallied behind CM Punk, but Hardwood continued to dominate proceedings. Austin and Colton were in the crowd and distracted Dax, allowing Punk to find his way back into the match on Dynamite. The two went back and forth, exchanging elbow swats. Next, Punk took toe-to-toe rope, but Hardwood quickly got back on his feet. He too went for the top rope, from where he delivered a suplex. Dax Hardwood then hit a diving headbutt close for a close count. Moments later, Punk found his way back into the bout and locked Hardwood in an Anaconda device. Next, Hardwood countered Punk's knee strike into a slingshot powerbomb. CM Punk attempted the GTS, but the FTR member countered it into a sharpshooter before the former WWE champ quickly broke it and instead locked Hardwood in an Anaconda device to secure the victory. This gets 7 out of 10 from me. Good way to reintroduce CM Punk onto the telly. Simple win, but wasn't too bad at all. 7 out of 10. Backstage, Jericho mocked John Silver, saying the Dark Order member wasn't on his level. The former AEW World Champion also took shots at Pride and Powerful and rival Eddie Kingston. Before he got the Andrade family office versus Sting, Darby Allin and the Hardys. The match started with Sting diving off the top rope and taking down 3 members of the AFO. The Butcher and Darby Allin fought amongst the crowds while the Icon continues to take down Isaiah Cassidy. The Butcher and Jeff Hardy too entered the Austin crowd as they brawl with each other. This is when Andrade interfered and attacked the former TNT champion, allowing the Butcher to manhandle Allin, and they thrown him downstairs. Back in the ring, Private Party unleashed a 2-on-1 attack on Hardy. Backstage, Allin, Sting and Jeff Hardy gained control of the match. Charismatic and Nicholas delivered a jaw-dropping senton bomb off the Butcher and the Blade for an extended portion of the wall after climbing the ladder, effectively taking them out of the match. Sting then came to the rescue of Matt Hardy and single-handedly took down Cassidy and Quen. The Icon then executed a Scorpion Death Drop on Cassidy while Matt took down Quen with a twist of fate to secure the victory. And this match had it all. Sting just coming across to the star. Hardy boys were at their best. Textbook stuff, 7 out of 10 from me. Backstage, Cash Wheeler and Dax Hardwood called out Austin and Colton Gunn. FTR challenged them to a match on next week's Dynamite before we got Danielson and Moxie versus Varsity Bonds. They quickly gained control of the match as they isolated and Griff Garrison. The American Dragon and Mox making quick tags, working like a well-oiled duo. Garrison finally found an opening as he tagged Brian Pillman Jr., who unleashed a flurry of offense on Danielson. Back from the break, Moxie hit a pile driver on Pillman. Garrison broke up the pinfall attempt. Danielson then hit a knee out of nowhere. After which he and Mox locked their opponents in their respective submission manoeuvres for the win on Dynamite. And then post-match, Moxie praised William Regal, who was present inside the squared circle, saying he's grateful to be working alongside the veteran. He also said, praised Danielson, said no one had the guts to stand alongside them. I'll give this a 6 out of 10. It's kind of like what we've seen recently now. Kind of got a bit, not stale, but just kind of want to see it progress a bit. The ring was then surrounded by security guards as MJF began his tirade against Wardlow. MJF said that unlike Mr. Mayhem, he was a man of his word. The Start VF called out CM Punk, saying the former WWE champion CM Punk cheated his way to a win at Revolution. MJF then termed Wardlow a greedy pig, saying that if it wasn't him, the former Pinnacle stablemate would be an unknown. He added that he would make Mr. Mayhem's life a living hell. Moments later, Wardlow made his way out, but the security guards managed to take him down. MJF then looked over at Wardlow and said he was never employed by AEW, but by him. Maxwell said that the Pinnacle was too far done, and that the stable will continue to dominate AEW despite Wardlow's exclusion. And this got me so hyped. I can't wait for this video. It's just going to be epic. What a promo for MJF. In the backstage segment, Trent Beretta berated Wheeler Yuta for trying to join forces with Danielson and Moxley before we got Adam Cole versus Jay Lethal. The match started with Jay Lethal gaining a quick advantage by taking Cole down with a top rope to the cedar. The former ROH champ then took him down with another drive on the outside, after which Willie Dragon came out to distract Lethal, allowing the Panama City Playboy to find his way back into the match. Adam Cole then controlled the match throughout the break. Back from the break, Lethal made some quick pinfall attempts on Cole, after which he locked in a figure four. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish were distracting Lethal at ringside. Just as Lethal was vying for the lethal injection, Cole took him down with his knee, after which he executed Panama Sunrise for a close count. Taking advantage of a distracted referee, Cole hit a low blow, following out with a boom for the win. Post-match, Cole took took the mic and stated that he deserved another shot at Page's championship. The former NXT champ said Page was a coward, after which the champion came out to confront Cole. He took down Redragon and Adam Cole momently with a leather belt, but for the 3-on-1 advantage proved too much for him. Jurassic Express then came out to rescue Hangman Page, but Redragon and Cole with the AEW championship quickly escaped. This gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Decent match, decent end of the thing, but I kind of feel like we've seen this all before now. Sammy Guevara and Hunty were being interviewed by Tony Schiavone inside the ring. The Spanish God said he would continue to entertain the fans even though he didn't possess the TNT Championship anymore. Conti then took the mic and said that they wanted payback, calling out Paige Van Zandt. American Top Team Chief Dan Lambert then came out accompanied by TNT Champion Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. The veteran performer took several digs at Guevara and Conti while praising Sky and Page before he got Layla Hirsch versus Red Velvet. Hirsch attacked Velvet before the match even started, but the latter quickly recovered and took down her opponent with a Hurricane Rana. Back in the ring as soon as the match started, Hirsch finally gained control of the bout as Red Velvet struggled to gain momentum. After a break, Velvet hit a couple of clotheslines on Hirsch to mount a comeback on Dynamite. Moments later, Layla Hirsch went to the outside where she pulled out a weapon and used it to take down Velvet for the victory. This gets a 5 out of 10 from me. I mean, once again, we've just seen it all before, really, and I kind of would have wanted a bit more. Well, after the match, we did get Hirsch continuing to insult Velvet, but Statlander quickly ran down to the ring and exchanged blows with Hirsch and rescued Velvet. But it just kind of felt like the olden days where you'd have the women's match just before the main event, and it's just the time filler, really. Backstage, Jade Cargill, accompanied by Moxie, made a bold prediction about her winning her 30th match in a row and throwing a big bash to celebrate it. Just when Thunder Rosa came out, so just fans on Dynamite, Vicky Guerrero interrupted and allowing Nyla Rose to attack Rosa from behind and then lay a claim for the goal. And Nyla Rose, not a bad first feud for the women's title, and be interested to see that. Before we got the Jericho Appreciation Society versus the Dark Order, Jericho and Silver started things off as the Dark Order member unleashed a fire of offense on the veteran performer, and the action quickly scored to the outside where Reynolds and Silver executed a brainbuster suicide combination on the first ever champ. Back in the squared circle, Garza and Jericho slowly made their way back into the match. Other Dark members were instructed to leave alongside the referee. Jericho Appreciation Society then isolated Reynolds, though the latter eventually managed to reach John Silver for the hot tag. He single-handedly took down 2.0 and Hager on the outside. Back in the ring, Silver and Reynolds came inches closer to winning, but the JAS made timely interference. Jericho hit Reynolds with a basketball bat. This allowed Daniel Garcia to lock on the Dark Order in the sharpshooter for the win on Dynamite. Let's get a 7 out of 10 for me. Was it Dynamite worthy main event stuff? I'm gonna say probably not. But it was still Jericho Appreciation Society, their first match. I kind of like the way they've reinvented themselves, so it gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Overall this week, Dynamite gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought Dynamite was okay this week. It wasn't one of the best Dynamites I've ever seen, I'm not going to say that. But there was some pretty decent stuff in there. Maybe the mid-card's a bit weak, would like to see some bit more stuff in there. But on the whole, enjoyed the beginning and the end of the show, really. Pretty solid episode. But anyway guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. So like, share, subscribe, maybe thoughts, comments down below. Follow us, links, for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to the channel on the screen, and that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.